Winners 20.
All right, preparing. Yep, looks like we're going. Got it.
Got it.
I'm hitting record right now.
Hell yeah. Sorry, that was a lot. My bad.
Oh my god! All right, there we go.
Okay. Original sound is on.
We're good.
I think we're good.
We're good to go. Oh, I lost my notes. No, I didn't. Just kidding. This is great. All right. The hell do I say? I gotta come up with a catchphrase. There, that is right there. I gotta come up with a catchphrase. Welcome to the Game Pack Podcast. My name's Shane Johnson. Welcome back, listeners. Tyler is out on assignment today, but we do want to wish him a happy birthday from us to him.
Happy birthday, Tyler.
There we go. Happy birthday to him. Make sure to message him happy birthday. I don't know. Yeah, so like I said, he's out on assignment today, but he will be back with us next week. But we are sitting here with a couple other hosts. Peter, good morning.
Morning. How we doing?
Right. We're live. Hey, we're live again on Facebook.
Yeah, we're live.
YouTube.
Yeah. We're live on YouTube.
What's up, YouTube?
Oh, I should probably monitor that. I should just get.
I have it too. It does. It's all good too.
Okay. Should we all pull it up on our computers?
Should we all chat?
We have more viewers.
100%.
Yes.
That's how that works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing it right now.
We have so many. We have so many viewers, dude. We have 3.
Wait, I'm not even on it yet. Hold on.
I'm not on it yet.
Everybody pull up a tab.
Is it youtube.com/Game Pack Podcast?
What happens if I like it? I'm signed in under. Who am I signed in as? I think that's Mac Reloaded. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit that like button. All right. Yeah. Hey, look at it. Hey, we got 2 likes. Yeah.
How do I like this? Oh, there it is. I just my screen was like shrunk. There it is. Another like. We're beating the system right now, guys.
Yeah, this is how we win. This is how we get famous. Luke, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Having a good day so far. I actually, like, minutes before we got into our Zoom meeting, our podcast recording session, I went and I had to pick something up. So for those who are listening here, it is a blue Game Boy Advance SP.
Ooh. You just picked that up?
I just picked it up. Literally, I got a call this morning, was taking my dog out for a walk. I was like, I'll be right over there. Went to the game store across the street, picked it up.
Nice.
So,
you gonna mod it with one of those metal cases?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually do the unhinged case.
Nice, yeah.
So for those who don't know what that is, it basically, like it says, it takes out the hinge. It is completely flat, and honestly, kind of looks like an analog pocket, and basically, for the most part, functions very similarly. It doesn't have nearly as much functionality, but
so you'll never be able to fold it again. It'll just kind of stay.
Exactly. It's completely flat. It's like from Boxy Pixel. It's a metal, metal. Aluminum.
Speaking of which,
thing?
I got mine.
Oh, nice.
Boxy Pixel.
That looks so slick. Yeah, that looks really nice.
I saw yesterday you were playing an absolute gem.
Oh, yeah.
What was that you were playing again?
Mary-Kate and Ashley, Girls Night Out.
Nice.
It's
retro gaming here, guys.
Yeah.
You heard it.
It's like a timing rhythm game, like kind of like DDR, but you're hitting the D-pad instead of actually dancing. But it was fun.
Yeah,
I've been messing around. I got that flash cart with like every game ever on it. So it's been kind of like,
and that's the one you booted up first.
Oh well, obviously.
How many Mary-Kate and Ashley games are there? Because I'm sure that you have a catalog. So
I don't know. I was going for Mario and I scrolled too far, So I got to Mary and if
you get to Mary-Kate and Ashley, you've gone too far.
Yes, you've gone too far. Yeah, officially. But no, I've been kind of trying to find fun games. I haven't really settled on one yet. I know there are ones that I was really wanting to do. Obviously the Metroid games, the Fusion and Zero Mission.
Metroid Fusion right now, $70 at the game store across the street. So
crazy.
Definitely a game that there are certain games that I want to only play on the original hardware, namely the Pokemon games, for me personally. Maybe Final Fantasy Tactics. And but most everything else, because there's no trading component, there's no co-op component to it, totally unnecessary. You just play it on, why pay $70 for the original cartridge when you can flash it and it works just as good, if not sometimes in a lot of capacities better.
Yeah, I mean, I think the community's just doing it to themselves. Like as trade and the economy of retro gaming, it's just doing it. It's just forcing people to make the EverDrive. And I looked at it, and I think it's like a month and a half out for one of those because the guy's from Ukraine, and obviously there's some things going on over there. So, and also kind of felt good to support him. I mean,
how much does one of those go MSRP?
With shipping, I think it was $147.
Okay.
But usually I think it's $119.
Okay.
So, and I think, and you just saying $70, $80, $90, $100 for games, it's like for a little over 100, under two, you can literally plop that into the Game Boy Advance and never ever take it out, and just have this sealed unit with like Peter said, every game you want. Do you have an EverDrive itself, Peter?
No, I got the Omega Definitive Edition, the Easy Flash.
And how's that compared
Awesome.
to the EverDrive? Yeah.
I can't compare it to the EverDrive because I
Well, then
but
that'd be an interesting conversation then when mine comes. So,
Did
yeah,
you
when
did you get that on Retro Modding or?
Yeah, retro
That's
modding. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I
Nice.
think EverDrive is his own site, and he's obviously does stuff for N64, and the list goes on and on.
Yep.
I think Tyler has an EverDrive, and I think
Yep.
CJ has an EverDrive for N64 too. So
Yeah,
definitely
but
worth it.
Yeah, the Easy Flash thing is pretty slick though. Like I went in on the same website you download the firmware update. They give you like a file for all the thumbnails that they have, so you can like while you're scrolling through, you can see the thumbnail of the game.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And then there's also like cheats that you can get if you want to use cheats on the game.
Okay.
I know you can do when you're playing it, you can actually use like save states.
I was just gonna ask, is there save states on that? That's neat.
Yep. Yeah, so it's kind of cool.
And I
Yeah,
think
save states are a lifesaver.
It's 100%, and they would.
I try not to use them, but
yeah, they would have been there if the technology was around. I don't.
yeah.
I'm like 50-50. Like I think, like I was playing Super Metroid when that came out for Super Switch. You know what I mean, on the console, the virtual console quotes. And I last time I played it was when I was a kid. So I was like, no, I would love to just smash through this, and save states got me through. Yeah, I mean, like I would love.
Yeah.
I tried not to use them as much, but it was kind of like, oh, kid's crying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Save state, walk away. It's not like I was trying to cheese my way through. So I think as long as I don't care, as long as people play a game, I don't give a shit how you do it. But like I think if you're cheesing it, if you're constantly save stating every 5 seconds, like you're kind of losing the whole game.
Yeah, when I beat Legend of Zelda, I think that was one of the first things I did on Switch. I was the Legend of Zelda on NES, and I definitely cheesed save states to beat that.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Oh yeah, but it's still a great game. You still got.
Yeah. I wanted
still
to do
played
it.
that game,
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, and I'm so my GBA, I ordered a case, buttons, silicone buttons, wrist strap. I'm putting a wrist strap on it. I don't know why. I just think it looks cool. So that's all coming in the mail soon, and then I'm gonna have to order that ribbon cable from Retro Modding or hand.
Did you go pink buttons?
I got pink buttons. I
Hell
looked
yeah.
for clear. I was talking to Ben, and I was like, "Hey man, I don't know if I want to go blacked out or if I want to go this kind of like retro wave or a vapor wave kind of style, whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, the vapor waves looks cool, but it's gonna get dirty." I'm like, "That's true." And I'm like,
Yeah.
then I immediately thought of Luke. I'm like, God, Luke's is gonna get dirty.
Mine's already dirty. I've already had to clean it.
So like with the pink buttons, and then I went with a clear translucent mint green case, so that'll help a little bit. And I looked for clear translucent pink like coral buttons, and I just couldn't find them. I didn't dig hard enough. I went between Retro Modding and Handheld Legend, which
Oh,
CJ
I've never
told me
been
about.
Handheld Legend.
Handheld Legend's really nice. I got some deals going on right now. That's actually where I picked up the case and buttons and silicone pads or whatever. So check that out. And then I think I'm hopping back over to Retro Modding because they have like a wrist strap and they have something else. So I'm also I ordered a pink speaker or speaker upgrade or whatever the fuck. I'll be putting that in there so you can see that through it. It's gonna be fun. And then once I get that screen in, heater and stuff. We're
I
ready.
also got I got the Retro Modding case too. This is a pretty nice case.
Oh wow,
Nice.
I think
How
it was,
much is that?
I think it was like $10 maybe. I don't remember.
nice.
But
Excellent.
I'm looking on Retro Game Repair Shop right now, and I'm looking at clear pink GBA buttons.
Shit, that's fine.
$4.89.
Send me that link later, and I'll. Because I'm like I asked like CJ, and I think you guys too know is like how easy is it to like rip it open and change buttons out?
That's
I mean,
that's the easiest part.
now
like
that I
just-
have my buttons soldered for like so I have it I soldered it, so if I hit the select button, I do the shoulders, it'll dim it or brighten it.
Ugh,
So
I
now
gotta do
like
that still.
so now when I open it, I'm just like afraid I'm like because those are
Okay,
really
so
really
you-
thin wires.
So you kind of not say screwed yourself, but like if you
Yeah.
ever wanted to
well yeah.
mod it further,
I'd
it
have
would
to
be a
be-
little bit more hassle.
Well, actually, I now that I think about it, I sort of taped those wires down when last time I was in
Okay.
there, so they should
And
be
then-
all right.
Yeah, like I just kind of was thinking like, wow, kind of like a Joy-Con is like maybe I should order a couple, like maybe I should go and get the blacked out case too. So like, or get like a summer color and then like coming into summer, like, hey, here's my summer GBA, and then going into fall, here's my fall GBA.
Could be fun.
Or it's just hyperfixation and I'll be over it.
Yeah, we'll find out in a couple months. Well, I'll just be like, I don't
Oh,
even play it anymore.
Yeah,
I spent all
no
this
way.
money.
No,
Yo,
way, I
I'm
think
modding
thing's
this
sick.
360, dude. Check this out.
Yeah.
No, there are some really cool games on here that I tried out, and even ones that I just randomly picked. You know, like I mean the Mary Kate and Ashley one was actually really lame. I'm not going to pretend like I liked that game, but I tried it.
Yeah.
You know, but there were like a lot of really there's like a Donald Duck game that I tried for a second. And I was like, man, this game's like it was like Donald Duck Advance, I think.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that game's like pretty fun.
Yeah. And like I have like dreams of, like I said, putting EverDrive in there, leaving it in there, and like handing this down to my daughter. She's just getting to the age where she's gonna be able to figure games out. And I think the GBA is perfect for her. 2-button, directional pad, shoulder buttons once in a while. And she can play Mario and play a bunch of shit on there. Or Mary Kate and Ashley. Or there's a metric shit ton of Disney shovelware mini,
Yeah.
like DreamWorks shit. So like she's into that. I'm sure we can find her some games that's like, whatever the fuck.
What's funny is I've showed this off to a lot of people ever since I finished it, and I feel like there are far more women who have been impressed by it than men. Like dudes are just like, oh yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
know, and then like all the women are like, oh my god, I grew up with this console. It's like my first console. Like,
Yep. I kind of feel that too, because I got Olivia, my wife, and her sister when we started talking about GBAs. There were some comments on our last YouTube being like, that God, I had GBA. A couple friends at work. Oh yeah, I think that is true. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a stereotype or sexist or anything like that, but I think it's just
yeah, a lot of
it's just
people
the
are
way
like-
it works.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
a lot
like
of people
Animal
I think
Crossing.
the audience that they were trying to go
Yeah.
for too was very much just adolescents in general versus like specifically like the male gamer audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus like a lot of like or I shouldn't say 360, but like Xbox and like PlayStation when
Call
they
of
really
Duty,
started growing.
Madden.
It's exactly. It's
yeah.
like
ATV
man
Outdoor Fury.
games.
Right, yeah.
You know, it's like eating steak simulator. I don't know.
At
Like
at
it's
this
just
moment, I was definitely playing like Warcraft 3, like Halo. Those are the two ones I was
Yeah.
playing the most. Like I wasn't playing like Game Boy games.
Yeah.
dude, I was tearing through my GBA library.
Yeah,
Mainly
it's-
because like I don't know how your guys' childhoods were, but my parents were not like, let's have a quiet weekend at home after a long week of work. It was like, we're gonna go out and do stuff all weekend, and I'm like, dude, I just want to play video games.
Yeah.
So the only option that I get is the handhelds. I just have to go into handhelds, and so I'm Game Boy Advance all the way. I didn't have a DS. I think I had a DS Lite, but at that point I was like, I think I was 18, or just about 18. So at that point I was already kind of doing my own thing. But yeah, when this was out, I was in the car all the time. So this was my bread and butter right here. I didn't have a PC. I didn't have a PC growing up. I did have a PS2 at the house, but it was one of those like, I just got to get to the save point.
yeah.
We're leaving right now.
Yeah.
You're like, damn it, Mom.
You see the battery starting to fade. No. Did we bring it extra? Nope. No. My dad was definitely not stopping at a gas station for batteries.
Oh,
Not
man.
happening. Yeah, no, and like before we move on to is I've missed out on this whole era too. So like I had a big boy Game Boy, Tecmo Bowl, what is it? Wario Land, not Wario Land 2, Super Mario Land 2, whatever the fuck, when you're in the tree and you're tiny and shit. So I played a fair bit of that, but like when Pokemon hit, I wasn't there. I didn't have a Pokemon Color, I didn't have or a Game Boy Color, I didn't have a Pocket, I didn't have a Game Boy Advance, I didn't have an SP. My first like Game Boy would have been like my 3DS XL or whatever.
Okay.
The new 3DS
Damn.
XL whenever that came out. So I was playing catch up with that. So I was playing a bunch of old shit with that. Playing Pokemon, I think that would have been X and Y. I think I played.
Yeah, that was 3DS.
Yeah. And then, that kind of faded. And then I started getting back into gaming. And then the Switch came out. And then now here we are. Is snagged this GBA. I'm going to get it nice and slick and mod it out. And I'm going to start catching up on some stuff. So, and sharing that with my kid and my wife. She's excited about it too, for the most part.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, I like getting retro talk right out of the way. Getting it out there. So that's what we're up to. But yeah, I think all my stuff should be coming. I don't know, with the holidays. We'll see. But it says it's on its way. So maybe by next episode, I'll have a prettier. Do you guys recommend before I move? Do you recommend I just wait to put all the case on before I put the screen on? Or should I put all that on and then
I think the case you got, isn't it for an IPS screen?
I think so.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm wait till I get the screen.
You have to
into it.
wait till everything,
Okay.
yeah. Because it's like cut out perfectly for it. Funny playing stuff, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to shave anything off like
Yeah, and it is
You think
other
you're
shows.
are you gonna want the brightness setting? Because I think Tyler and I could both help with the soldering for
Yeah,
that.
I
too.
think what I'm going to do is I'd like to learn it too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So maybe either you guys want to pop over, we can have a beer and work on it. Maybe we can all get together with our GBAs and we can all work on it.
Yeah, that'd
I
be
would like
fun.
I would like a Four Swords.
Yeah. Maybe Luke,
Party.
you can get some footage of a GBA being modded and you can make another video or something.
Yeah.
Hey, go check out
love
Luke
that.
Hoppy's fucking YouTube. It's on YouTube.
It's on
somewhere.
YouTube.
Luke Hoppy, but yeah, he did a video on the GBA and his modded one. So if you guys are wondering what the fuck we're talking about, go check
Go
that
check it
video
out.
Yeah, or don't. I know I'm not your mother. I don't give a shit. You should though. All right, let's get into some news. God damn it, Luke. Hey, there we go.
Round two.
I love it.
Sorry, I was a little late
Nice,
to that
that was
one.
good. That
No,
was
we're
good.
good.
Though. Oh, yeah.
Well, we got
We'll
a
cut that out
handful.
in post, right?
Yeah, no, I'm done doing that. I don't have to do that anymore.
It's over. There's no
over.
post anymore.
There's no more posts anymore.
Um,
Yeah, so we have a handful of news articles today. Obviously, we did not record last week, so some of this stuff is going to be a little older, but that's fine. It's still news to us. Let's start off with Game of the Year is coming up. Game of the Year awards. It is one of I think many awards that people get, but the Game of Awards is like our Emmys. You know what I mean?
Oscars, yeah.
Our Oscars. It's a big production. There's a stage that's got some weight behind it. It's relatively new. I think it's only been around for 6 years, 7 years, something like that. But every year is always a blast. I love watching it. Then there's also it's like another E3 for like trailers and updates and announcements. There's a lot of pretty huge titles that we've found out through the Game Awards. I think even Smash Brothers, there was character announcements at the Game Awards. So tune into that. I think that's like December something or other 9th. So in order to make the Game of the Year awards, I think your game had to come out before the first week in December or something like that. So anything that falls like on Christmas or right before, like a day before the Game Awards, does not count. And that gets rolled into next year's Game of the Awards, which I think is ridiculous. But you
I think
imagine
people
like a game,
forget, you know?
yeah, like a game coming out like December 27th or whatever the hell, and then all of a sudden it's like you have to wait another year to talk about it. But it is about because all the publicity or not publicity, the journalists and publish this and all the big, not us, not yet.
I
they
think we're
get-
verified on Twitter, aren't we?
We might not yet.
Oh, not yet.
Elon took that away. Elon took that away from us.
Oh,
Yeah, so everybody gets, they vote, so like if IGN will get, everybody, they'll get a thing to vote on, Kind of Funny Games, GameSpot. So it's kind of like a little bit of mixture of like voting publicly, voting within the industry. So like a lot of reviews, and then they kind of compile that and they give you the awards, which lends to if a game comes out a day before, you're not gonna be able to play it, obviously. You know what I mean? So it makes sense that some people get, because I think it was like Forza or some shit like that. Some massive game, Halo, maybe it was. I don't know. Some massive game came out like a week after the deadline and never got included, and it was kind of weird. But anyways, here are your Game of the Year nominees. But I think next episode or an episode after that, before the actual Game Awards come up, maybe we'll talk a little bit more about fighting Game of the Year, best RPG, best sound, stuff like that. So we'll have another episode kind of based around more in depth. But this is your big boys. Game of the Year nominees are A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Pretty across the board with games right there. You know what I mean? Kind of a little bit of everything. But I don't want to spend too much time on the stuff we don't play, so we're knocking Xenoblade Chronicles 3 out, right? I haven't played that. Anybody play that here?
Nope.
I heard good things.
I've heard very good things.
Yeah, I heard it's better. I heard it's the best one.
I've heard the series overall is really solid.
Yeah.
This isn't a surprise that it's in here.
Yeah.
I've been actually meaning to get to more Switch exclusives, and this is definitely on my list. But
CJ, original host, said he was not a big fan of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but he picked up Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and he says it's his game of the year.
Oh shit.
So for someone, I think that kind of says like it's better, it's different, maybe it's a little bit more inviting. I have Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That anime waifu, I couldn't get by it. I couldn't get past the
hey,
weird
I'm all about
pants.
you. Just kind of hit a couple of my buzzwords.
Get in there. Next episode, I played Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I played 3. I mean, good luck to them. I think it's a cool title. It is a cool series. But yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. So sorry, any Xenoblade fans. I don't know, go somewhere else. Let's knock Plague Tale off too. This is just a game that's always slipped past me. Gorgeous, looks daunting, dark, mysterious.
Yeah,
scary.
I know. I saw this on here. I'm like, did I miss that this game was even created? Like it completely off my radar.
Early. I think
like
it came
just
out early.
completely off my radar.
I'd never played the first one either.
Yeah,
but this one launched. We all suck. This launched in October.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I would have. That's
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No, yeah. I mean, I think it was like
that's too far for me.
right.
Yeah.
I think maybe it was like a week before this game even launched. Somebody even mentioned the first one to me, and I was like, I thought they were talking about Plague Inc., the phone game.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
And I'm like,
I honestly thought it was a Telltale game.
yeah.
I was like, wait, what is this, like some weird Walking Dead thing? When I saw, I had no idea what
Yeah,
this
so, like,
game was.
Judging from like the little bit I dug into the first one, and then now like hearing about this one, seeing a little bit of the trailers, it's like I think the only thing that never got me was like I don't know, I say like there's not like a centerpiece that like gets me going. You know, like God of War Ragnarok, it's fucking Kratos. It's, you know what I mean? It's Stray, it's the cat. You know, like you kind of, what's going on? Like you show me a cover art of Plague, or you show me like a screenshot, it just looks like a beautiful game. It looks like, is this an Assassin's Creed game? And I feel like I'm doing it injustice. I don't mean to tear down a Plague Tale. I'm sure it's a fantastic. I'm probably going to play it. But there's just nothing. Maybe I'm just a big dumb idiot. Maybe I'm just a dude that just needs explosions and like your typical male on the cover. Hey, I'm strong and stuff.
I mean,
Come
9
play
out
my
of 10
game.
9 out of 10 on Steam.
Yeah.
8 out of 10 on IGN. Based on 96% liked this of Google users.
It looks
So-
like it's a $40 game on Steam. So yeah, maybe I'll check this out. I'll hunt it
Action,
down.
survival, horror, stealth video game.
That
Wow,
checks
that's
some
there's
of
a
my
lot.
boxes.
There's a lot of things
Yeah.
going on in this game.
But yeah,
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah,
but how did I
looks
miss
great.
this?
Yeah,
How did I miss
think,
this?
I don't know. I think it's just because it's not. There's just like Horizon. Like, hey, check out robot dinosaurs. Look at the robot dinosaurs. Like, look what we're fighting. Like Plague, it just feels like it's so story driven, and like I guess there's rats in it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe there's a
holy
plague.
shit! This game
People
looks
get-
gorgeous.
It does.
I'm just looking at screenshots right now. This is incredible.
Well, maybe if I get through the rest of my backlog,
Yeah,
I also-
a shot.
I also don't-
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, we can go through the rest of the list, and I can give my opinion afterwards. But I don't think this is the game of the year. So
You think it is?
no, I'm saying I don't think it is. I do not.
You heard it here first. We're telling you what the game of the year is.
Yeah.
We haven't played any.
Go to Vegas. Put all of your money on a Plague Tale.
Luke here first. Luke gives Plague Tale 2 out of 10. How many hours did you put into it?
Luke
0.
hates
I had
Plague
0
Tale.
out of. It's a 0
Yeah.
out of 10 based on how many hours I
Fuck
played it.
Plague Tale. That's
So.
what we say. Elden Ring sucks. Never played it. Not gonna win. God of War garbage. Fuck it. Well, I don't. Where's
It's
Warzone?
the cat. It's the cat
Where's
or
Warzone?
nothing. It's
Where's
the cat or
Warzone?
nothing.
The highest
Yeah.
selling. Where's Call of Duty on my game of the year?
Yeah,
No,
no
just
kidding.
Yeah.
Where's
So Plague
Pokemon?
Tale. Well, I'm gonna beat God of War Ragnarok, and I'll dive into some Plague Tale, and we'll talk about that in the next couple episodes. Well, let's knock off Horizon Forbidden West. I did not get a chance to play this. I attempted to play the first one like 4 times, and I respect this franchise so much. I just can't get into it.
Wow.
And that has nothing to do with the game itself. It's just open world.
The game is
collectathon.
incredible.
The game,
I did not play the second one, obviously. For those listeners listening, I don't have a PS5 yet, so I did not play this game.
it's on PS4, so you have 2.
Yeah.
Is it on PS4?
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Well, I also don't have that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, not that would have helped anything. You know,
I played the first one. It was unbelievable. Like the
Yeah.
first, I would be very shocked if this doesn't get turned into a movie that is completely butchered and ruined. So
I can't. I'm looking forward to it.
I could see that. Yeah.
Netflix series.
It's
Horizon.
definitely I got the
it's an
Horizon-
M Night Shyamalan movie. It's
Uh,
coming out. So
I got Zero Dawn on as soon as I got a PS5, I got like a hard copy of that, and it was just immediately added to the backlog because when I bought a PS5, I basically inherited a backlog of PS4 games.
Yep.
So like, yeah. So I'm definitely I didn't want to play Forbidden West without playing the first one. So I think I'm where Shane is, except for I only tried to play it once.
Yeah,
And
when
I'm-
it came out, what the hell was that? God, when it came out right after launch of PS4, right? Or PS4 Pro or whatever the fuck. 2018.
It was
2017.
It didn't win. It didn't win Game of the Year because that was the year Breath of the Wild came out. But
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah.
So like when it came out, I was in the process of playing like Last of Us Remastered. I was playing God of War, the first one, 2018. I played Spider-Man. I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2. So I had a lot on my plate, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pick up this Horizon, and it's just open world, go here, checkpoint, very beautiful story, beautiful game. The Guerrilla does phenomenal work. Guerrilla also lended their engine to Death Stranding. It is a gorgeous game with a very unique backdrop and a very original backdrop. It's just the mechanics of the game. I'm like, I've already done this. I think I was trying to play like a Destiny 2 at the time. I was playing Assassin's Creed. Like I don't have time. And it just wasn't clicking. You know what I mean?
for me, when I was playing it, it was I loved it. I think for me it wasn't necessarily like the mechanics of the game. It was the story. It was like such an interesting story, and that's why when I say I could definitely see this being adapted into a movie. It was like that interesting of a concept in a story, and that's what really drove me to want to play more of this game. What I found through actually playing it is you ran into the unfortunate repetitiveness of, oh, how do I advance further? How do I upgrade my weapons and stuff? You end up having to basically do the same task over and over and over again. The AI just wasn't there at the time, so your enemies are very repetitive. The first fight is really cool because you're learning how the AI operates and how it attacks you.
Mhm.
And then every subsequent fight, it's the exact same. So there's no reason to change your mechanic. And, especially when you advance further in the game, they just become super easy and you become way too overpowered by the end of the game that you're just rolling through it,
They probably fixed that,
basically not
yeah.
taking damage, it's just
Yeah.
going through these enemies. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I do think that this should have been nominated for.
Yeah, I know
Game
CJ
of
played
the
it
year.
quite a bit too, and he said great things about it too. So it's again, here we are. Fuck Horizon. You know what I mean? None of us played it. We don't give a shit. Fuck it. piece of shit game.
None of us played it, so it's probably bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it goes. But it's
We are the experts.
and I think I was playing like Days Gone at the time too, and that I dropped off that too. It's
Is
just
that the zombie game?
yeah, and that's a love hate with a lot of people from Ben's studio. It's either people absolutely loved it and should have been nominated for a bunch of shit, and some people are like, this is a repetitive, weird. I don't like this, and I was kind of more leaning towards the repetitive. It's just another zombie game, but it has its mechanics and it's good. It's a good game, and I feel like so is Horizon. I just don't have time. And then when I played the second time, I think it was like before Horizon Forbidden West came out because that came out earlier this year. So it was like late last year. I'm like, all right, I'm going to give Horizon another try. I'm going to give it a hard try. I'm going to get past my point. So I think I stopped after like 10 hours, and I think I put like 15 in, and I just got to a point where I just stood there and I was like, I don't want to keep playing, and I don't know why. So I, instead of forcing it, I stopped. So Horizon Forbidden West gets a 2 out of 10 from us. Let's talk. We'll talk here. We'll leave like a couple big ones for the end there, but Stray, I did play. Stray deserves to be here. We had an episode called "Give the Cat the Game of the Year," and we called it. Did we not talk about this when the cat game?
We talked about it. Yeah,
And it's just me.
we said Game of the Year as soon as.
Yeah, and to think that is even nominated, I think we deserve some kind of credit
Oh yeah,
that we've discussed that. But Stray is great. I want to say it's a relatively short game. I made it about 3/4 of the way through. Hopped off for some reason.
It's a linear game, but it was very awesome. Plus the fact that if you're playing on PC, you could mod your own cat and play.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did
that
you
was
do
just
that?
kind of I did not. But I was very tempted to because my girlfriend would have absolutely loved to sit down and watch me play that game.
Nice. I saw some pretty weird mods.
I would if I was going to get that game, I would probably still get it on PS5 just because I think the controller would probably be
The controller's the way to go. I played it with a controller, so.
But I mean, like, I can't imagine that on Steam that it can do all the haptics and like all the like the purring. Like, does your controller purr like it does like for the PS5?
I think it has some. I think there's some haptic for sure.
I definitely think I missed out on some of that.
Yeah.
it's
sorry.
I think haptic feedback is slowly being integrated into Steam. I think some of the stuff.
Some games do have it.
People.
But I don't know if this one. I don't know if this one specifically did.
Yeah.
But I did really enjoy Stray. I mean, not a super powerful game, so if you have a decent graphics card, you could just bump everything up, make it look absolutely beautiful. The exploration aspect was really fun. I enjoyed that. And just the creepiness factor of kind of the things that you were going up against with essentially a sentient cat. So just a fun overall game.
That cat's ridiculously smart, almost scary.
Yeah. Like it is freaking. I mean, it is set in the future.
Yeah.
It is set in the future. So
you
are the cat.
Yeah.
You are the cat.
But I can't recommend this game really enough. I don't think it has the weight that those next two games have that we'll talk about. I do think it deserves to be up there because it does something different, but also keeps it very familiar. Like Luke said, it's a very linear game. It's about story, it's about ambience, about environment, it's about characters, because you can do a little bit of exploring, but you can only go so far. But mechanics, traversal, the game running itself, I think it's a small studio that made it. It's fantastic, and I think it's on the PlayStation, one of the PlayStation tiers. That's how I played it. So if you have that access, then I definitely recommend it. And I think it's a short game. I think it's only like 15 hours or 10 hours. I think I threw in about 7 hours, and I feel like I'm 3/4, if not a little bit over ways. So definitely worth Game of the Year nominee. I don't think it carries the weight. I don't think, and even like with Plague Tale and Xenoblade and Horizon, I don't think it carries the weight of those three either. I think those three are probably better games and experiences than Stray. So
I think the reception of this game was what got it here. You know, it was what is this? And then it came out and it was a lot of fun, and the fan base just went nuts for it. I mean, critics went nuts for it just because nothing really had ever really been done like this, other than what's the one Tokyo? Can't remember the other cat game that came out for PS3.
yeah,
I think.
I can't remember.
Tokyo Unleashed or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right, but Tyler would know. Tyler would know.
Yeah, Tyler's here.
But yeah, I think that's the reason it got, nothing like this had come out in forever. So it was like, yeah, I mean, this has got to be up there.
People like cats.
Super creative, super intuitive.
Yeah, you two have cats. 2 out of 3 here have cats. Yeah, I hate cats. I hate cats. Stray gets a 2 out of 10. No, I don't hate cats. I just don't.
I mean, every nominee is probably a 2 out of 10 compared to like the probably eventual winner of this award.
Yeah. And
very true.
I think here we go. I'm going to save the last for what I think is going to win. But the next one, God of War Ragnarok, is up there for Game of the Year. That just dropped recently. It's only been out for a couple weeks. And I was playing it this morning before we got on to record. I have put in 7 hours of it, which is not a lot. It is it seems to be a pretty beefy game. I feel like the first one was about 30, 35. So maybe it's about the same, but it feels like I'm not getting anywhere. And I mean that in a nice way. Like I feel like, holy shit, I feel like I've been playing for 7 hours and I feel like I'm just now starting to get the story moving. So it's not a slow game by any means. It's just like comparing it to the first one and how things moved. Like you're meeting characters and then like you'll see trailers and you'll see characters in the trailers that aren't necessarily spoilers. And you're like, well, I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that scene yet. I haven't seen that scene yet. Like, holy shit. Like, where are we going? But this game is absolutely fantastic. I think I'm the only one that played it here. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. Again, no PS5.
All right. So none of us played this game. This game is a 3 out of 10. Game sucks, dude. No, I can't speak. Like I said with Stray, I can't speak highly enough of it, but I'm going to try. It is gorgeous. It is technically better than the first one. The storytelling is fantastic. The way they tell a story while you're traversing and walking and the conversations.
Fights yet?
Yeah, a few. Like I would say micro bosses.
Okay.
It's more micro bosses and then like a little bit above a micro boss or a mini boss, I guess if you would say. Have I had like once again, the same way as the first one, it opens up the story with a boss fight with Thor, which is not a spoiler. I'm not going to tell you when it happens, but it happens pretty quickly. And if you didn't think Thor and Kratos met, I don't know what you're doing. But that happens and it's fantastic. And it's very reminiscent of the first game when you fight Baldur right off the rip, like the first 30 minutes of the game. And it's fantastic. They got, I forgot his name. He's from Sons of Anarchy and Walking Dead, but he got to voice Thor, and it's so good. He's so good. Richard Schiff plays Odin, and it's so good. He doesn't play Odin. He plays Richard Schiff with an eye patch, and it's so good. If you don't know who Richard Schiff is, he's from West Wing. He's from The Good Doctor. He's just one of those actors where you've seen him a bunch of times until you see him, and you're like, oh, yeah, that guy. He's fantastic.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he's got kind of like a Jewish Brooklyn fucking gangster style that he does, where he's just like, hey, Thor, okay. Hey, Kratos, what are we doing here? All right, let's knock it off. Let's not kill each other. Okay, you watch out. You keep out of my way. I'm going to keep out of your way. I won't kill your kid. Okay. All right, let's go. And it's just like so not. And I guess the only comparison of Thor and Odin would be from like Marvel, and Sir Anthony Hopkins playing Odin and Lee or Chris Hemsworth playing Thor, and it's very I'm Thor, I'm Odin, and it's very Asgard, very I don't know, Norse mythology, but it's not. They're just like swearing and they're just rough and tumble, and it's I think it's great. It's a little off-putting and maybe to some people, being like you're thinking Thor's gonna come in, Kratos, we shall fight to the death because I'm Thor. He doesn't do that. He's just, it's almost like Josh Brolin vibes, like a Thanos kind of vibe. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Okay. Like show me the God of War. I thought you were a god, like it's very, I don't know. It's just good. It's good writing. It's good character development. It's good voice acting. It's good. And then that lends to all the other characters you meet too. It's just a beautiful mixture of game mechanics, a story, and then the characters. Every single character deserves their own t-shirt. Every single character deserves its own spotlight. Every character you meet that talks, it's like, wow, this is great. But yeah, it's a fantastic game. I'm only a little bit into it, and I'll have more to talk about as I play it. But I just got to the point where you start playing as Atreus, and they did that beautifully because it's when you have like this dual character games where you maybe start off with your protagonist and then maybe you have to play as someone else.
Mary
It's
Jane
kind of
Watson.
weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird to be like, well, I'm so used to like Kratos' moveset. Like, how could you just force me into Atreus? You know, I mean, like, why? I don't want to play as him. But they do a really good job of mimicking maybe Kratos's like moveset, like with a shield and the way he strikes. But he has a bow and arrow, so now you're doing ranged attacks. So it kind of like reopens the game and it's a little bit fresh. So it's fun. It's fun. It does definitely deserves to be game of the year. I think it's getting 10s of 10s everywhere. When I finish it, we'll see. But highly recommend it. And if you haven't played the first one, go play the first one and then play this one. It's great. Also on PS4, not just PS5. So you have an options. Next one and our last one on our game of the year nominee is The Big Dog. Everybody was wondering about if it was going to make it. Wasn't sure, but Elden Ring is a game of the year nominee. This is one of those. I think right when it came out, it was like, "Yep, this is game of the year." Like a weekend. Yep,
Yeah.
there's nothing else going to touch this.
It
don't
almost
give a
feels like
shit.
it came out last year. Now
It feels like a very long time ago.
That was a February, March launch. I believe.
March, I think.
Yeah, somewhere around there. But damn, that was an incredibly long time ago. I will say I did not play enough of this game,
Oh, yeah.
but it
me
was
either.
the very first game in a very long, or I shouldn't say the first game, but the game in a very long time that I played, that it was like one of those like butterflies in my stomach feeling when I wasn't playing it. Like, I'm excited to go home and play this game. Like that's what it was for me. And I think because it just, I never played a Souls game before, so maybe I missed out. Maybe I could have had that feeling sooner, but it was just one of those, this is exactly the game that I've been waiting for to be made for the longest time, and nobody's done it. Nobody, or the people that have attempted to do it, just didn't do it well. And here it was, everything that I wanted in a game. Challenging, open world, do whatever you want, great story, great graphics. It was just perfect for me. The fact that there's no really tutorials, it's just, here you go. Here's the game. Go have fun. Figure out how to play. Was refreshing for me. Because I'll tell you right now that the first hour of any Pokemon game is the most brutal hour of my entire life. You're sitting there and they're like, "Hey, do you remember how to battle?" I'm like, "Yes, I played 9 generations of fucking Pokemon games. I don't need a tutorial on how to battle.
There
I don't
should be
need
an
you
option
to
skip to.
I don't need you to like teach me, this is the Pokemart. This is where you buy stuff. No, fuck that. Just let me play the fucking game."
It's
And this
designed
game
for
just
kids, Louis.
And this no, it's not. No, it's fucking not. We'll get into that in a little bit, but this is that game that was just like, here's your game, go have fun. And people are like, it's hard, I need the tutorial.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, just figure it out. This is the best part about video games, is figuring things out and figuring out how to go and where to go and what to do. Now you're just like told. Every game is super linear, and this one was just not that. It was like kind of figuring things out, and you had a general idea, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is your first boss, you got to go here.
Yeah.
And I mean, it spoke volumes when, like, I can't remember the percentage, but it was like months after the game came out, and only like 10% of the people playing had actually made it past the first boss.
Yeah.
So it just shows you, like, there's that much shit to do, not only if you don't want to play or you don't want to go fight the first boss, but also that it's that hard of a game that people just couldn't even beat the first boss.
Yeah.
Yet. So
Well,
I loved
they open the doors and there's just that dude on the horse, and I'm sure countless people are like, "Who's this guy?" And then
Yep.
walk over, just get
Stomp.
annihilated.
just
Yeah.
get
It
stomped.
just sets the tone for the whole rest of the game. You're like, "Whoa, boy!" Yeah,
What was that? Tree Sentinel?
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Is that who it was?
Yeah.
He's the movement of these enemies and like the way they're designed and like how they move and how they interact with you is scary. It's horrifying. It's beautiful. It's like seeing him like, and he does like that, rears up and like launches forward with his spear is horrifying when you first meet him when you're naked. You know, it's just insane. Game's gorgeous. Peter, how much did you play?
I played. Let's see. I beat the first boss. I don't think I beat Godric. I was on my way to beat him. I was playing with a friend who was trying to like, I don't know, he was trying to show me a few things about the game, but he like obviously had everything memorized. So he's like, so I was just basically running dungeons with him, and he was like, oh, you know, running around this corner, and he knew exactly where everybody was. So I think that kind of put me off of it for a second, and I was like going to come back to it, and I didn't. But and I also created like 3 characters, and I started over like 2 or 3 times just because I kind of wanted to try a few different classes out and see which one I liked. And then just kind of go forward with that one.
Yeah.
And then there was one character I created where I killed a guy that I shouldn't, because he's supposed to like lead you to some area where you level up a bunch. You know, he's like one of the first guys when you come out of the beginning area, and he's like, oh, tarnished. And you know, he tells you somewhere to go.
Yeah.
I came
It
back
helps
and
like
killed
progress
him.
the game pretty quick.
Yeah,
You killed him.
I killed him, and you're
Nice.
not supposed to kill him.
Great.
So
I started streaming this game when it first came out because my constant struggle with between playing Warzone on my stream channel, which you can check out on Facebook Gaming /McCrankshank, and playing. I thought Elden Ring was gonna be my way out, and Elden Ring is fantastic. It's just I have issues. I ran around, got some stuff done. I played as a samurai. Looked over like that swamp over like to the right a little bit, and there's like a fire out there, like a campfire. It looks like people are standing around. I'm like, what's that? So I hop down the ledge and I start running towards like this desolate swamp with a bunch of like shitty trees. And I'm like walking towards this camp with like these dudes look like they're like summoning, and this fucking dragon just out of nowhere, massive, just lands right in front of me and just like,
Oh, yeah.
know? And I'm like, whoa, no. And I turn tail 180, start running, and this thing just blowing fire. And I go like to this big giant like cave, like a rock's leaning against the cave or the cliff wall. And I go inside there to like hide. And here's this massive crab hiding in there. And it's just this constant, what is going on? There's a video of me doing that, like running from the dragon, turning tail into this cave to try to like figure out what's going on. And here's a crab like chases me out of there. I'm like, I think that's when I turned it off. No, I I got out and I reset, and I just didn't go into the swamp, and then I played a little bit more.
That area, actually, that's like an automated thing. Like
everybody had that encounter, right?
Yeah, everybody has the dragon encounter. I do remember there's like crabs like running around there. So it's funny that you immediately ran, and then just like directly into like a giant crab, which is hilarious.
I had no idea what's going on, and I played probably for off stream a couple hours after that, and hopped off for no reason. Like, if you're listening to this podcast, you're like, Shane, wow, you don't play shit. You know, it's got a lot to do with like just time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get paid to do this. I'm not journalists. It's just time. You know what I mean? And it's like you hop off, and then you have every opportunity. You're like, all right, tomorrow I'm going to hop back on Elden Ring, and then, you know, hey, you want to play some Warzone, or hey, you want to play some of this, or oh, maybe I'm going to get back into Valhalla. You know, then it's just too many games, not enough time. You know, that's why I haven't beaten God of War Ragnarok yet. It's not like because I don't want to play it. It's just I don't have any fucking time. And it's just time management, you know. So like I definitely hopped off of Elden Ring, not because of what it was or what it did to me, because I tried playing Bloodborne, and that lasted about 45 minutes. That fucking game, no thank you. Never gonna play it ever. And I feel like Elden Ring, and I think a lot of people can probably agree that it's not as brutal as like Demon Souls and Dark Souls and Bloodborne, but it's still got that element in there. And I thought it was just a nice mixture of like, hey, if you've never played a Bloodborne or a Souls game before, this is the one for you. And if you like this, go back and play. You know what I mean? Go back and try and play Bloodborne now, because now you'll get it. You know.
I actually recently heard about a guy that went through and played all of the Souls, the Bloodborne games, and Elden Ring. Didn't take damage through.
Is that the no-hit run that I saw too?
Yeah, all of them. Did it all of them consecutively, no damage.
How?
And if he took damage, he had to restart not just the game, I think, but the whole series.
What? That's insane.
I saw this, and
so he beat however many games that is, 4 or 5.
If you're talking, so it's like Demon Souls, is the first one, Dark Souls, 3 of those.
I think there's 3 Souls games. Bloodborne,
Sekiro.
Elden Ring.
Did he do Sekiro?
6? I don't know if he did Sekiro. But I heard that and I was just like, that's insane.
It kind of makes me
If
sick.
we talk about not having enough
Yeah,
time to
absolutely.
play, we talk about not having enough time to play
Yeah.
just the game for
This
the
asshole's-
fun of playing it. And this
Yeah.
guy had enough
This guy's
time to
doing-
play 6 consecutive games and not take a single bit of
6
damage.
consecutive of one of the hardest games in video game history, and the fucker's probably doing it with like Donkey Kong bongo controller or some shit like that, or like a flute. And I'm like, I don't know, I got like 6 hours in the God of War.
Yeah.
Having a good time, guys. That makes me like a little sick to my stomach. Hey, congratulations, that's cool. It's a cool feat, but that makes me sick to my stomach. The tension. You know what I mean? Like I could all imagine being on like Elden Ring, and be like, oh god, here it is, last boss, and then boom, take a hit, fuck. Nobody told you have to go back. You can, don't worry about it. But that's crazy. But yeah, before we move on here, I think Elden Ring will take it. Obviously,
Yeah,
I think so too.
The
Although
impact
I
it
will
had.
say God of War is, from what I've heard, is absolutely
it's shaping up. I could
is
see-
giving it
it's-
a run for its money.
It's starting to snowball, if that makes sense. There's nothing there now that I think is game of the year material besides technical stuff. Like it's just a gorgeous game, but it's starting to snowball. It's starting to pick up speed where I'm like, oh shit. And I feel like there's going to be some massive moments that are just going to be like, you know, like that's what a game should do to you.
Mhm.
You know, it's just kind of like, holy shit, like I have to stop for a second. So we'll see. But I think Elden Ring will take it, just the impact it had on the gaming world. You know, like the pictures of 10 out of 10s. You know what I mean? Like, look at this. And how different the game is, and how many new people that have never played Bloodborne games. So some of us here got a chance to play this and played it and loved it. So I think that's more important than just the second entry in God of War. So I don't think God of War Ragnarok is technically doing anything different that impacts the space the way that Elden Ring did, besides storytelling, which Elden Ring does not have storytelling. You have to figure out your own lore. You know, you have to go find there's no cinematic dialogue that kind of pushes the story forward. It's just like, go get your ass kicked for like 35 hours and then give this game a 10 out of 10. All right. Never finished Elden Ring gets a 4 out of 10 from us. Fuck that game. Right? Is that it? All these suck. It should have been Overwatch 2, Warzone 2, Modern Warfare 2, and Battlefield 2042. That's the most shit I played. Fuckers.
Battlefield 2042, baby.
Game of the year. Yeah, so moving on with a couple of news. Let's see how much time do we got. I got about 20 minutes here, 27. So we'll breeze through. Warzone 2 launched. It's good. It's also bad. I'm also tired of Call of Duty.
You know, I have not played Warzone 2 yet.
I know you said you're
I
having trouble
haven't
with your computer is having trouble, which is
Literally,
not even,
I don't
it's not
know.
yours.
No,
not your
it's
computer.
it's not
It's
my
Warzone.
computer. It's
It's
100% Warzone. I looked it up on the forum because I reached out. I know somebody that works for Raven, and I'm like, maybe they know of some weird glitch. They're working on it. They're trying to figure out why it won't happen. He was like, I have no idea. So
You heard it first. Raven Software, guys. They have no idea.
I mean, it's not his specific job
Fuck
within
him, yeah.
Raven.
Everybody that works there should know everything about how this game. Yeah, no, I get it.
But yeah, it was like one of those things. Like I know this isn't like your direct department that you're in charge of or that you work for or whatever. But I was like, maybe you have something. Maybe you know, and you're working on it as like a team, or when you go into your meeting, you're like, oh, we know about this game breaking glitch. It won't even load.
Yeah.
Like it was literally, I had to move it to a different hard drive for it to not crash my entire computer, and it still wouldn't load. Then I finally I looked on the forum. Some people were suggesting a couple of things. I tried that, and I went back to like crashing my entire computer. Literally like black.
Weird.
It would black screens. Whole thing would restart, and then it would be like,
It's not worth it.
I'm just I would have applications that weren't even open that would be like, this didn't close properly. I'd be like, what the fuck? What is happening here?
Yeah.
I'm done with Warzone until they give me another update.
I know they just did an
so-
update with a bunch of bug fixes, but like I don't even want to like spend any more time on it. Really, it's such a disaster. The game itself, when I get in, it's good. It's a battle royale, and if you're into battle royale and not Warzone, if you like PUBG more than Warzone, or if you like Apex or Fortnite, even, you know what I mean. If you're into more of a battle royale, this game is fucking fantastic. It's a battle royale. It's not breaking cameras and sliding around and bunny hopping over here. It's like looting and circle placement, and it's a little slower paced, and then the engagements are really fun. So I'll give it that. But unacceptable fucking launch, man. MW2, unacceptable fucking launch. Like it's I don't understand it, and I don't want to spend any more time. I don't, and I haven't played much, and I don't know how to explain it. I think I'm just burnt out on the Call of Duty. I'm burnt out on Warzone. I'm burnt out on Warzone 2.0. DMZ is really fun. I played that with a couple boys.
I've heard DMZ is where it's at now.
That's fun.
If you play, like you gotta play the DMZ.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Tarkov.
Yeah,
copy.
it's
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah,
definitely
exactly.
diet Tarkov, and that might even be giving it too much credit. But it is fun. It doesn't feel like I'm playing Call of Duty when I'm playing DMZ, which is a nice break. But I played. When did I stream? Tuesday. I think I played Warzone for like a couple hours, and that was the first time I played it for like a week. And I have no drive to play it tonight. Like I'm off tonight. You know, I'm probably going to stream fucking Elden Ring or something. You know, like I streamed Tetris Effect the other day and I had a fucking blast.
I saw that. That
Yeah.
seemed like it was a good time.
It was, dude, I was just like, I played like 2 hours of Warzone. I was like, dude, I can't fucking do this. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Like usually I just give up and I just end the stream. I'm like, I'm going to play Tetris Effect. And then I make quick Google to see if like the music inside was copyright free. I'm like, oh yeah, you're good. I'm like, I played Tetris Effect and just immediately went from just I want to get a side by side of my face when I was playing Warzone, just and then Tetris Effect is like fucking vibing and shit. Like
Hell yeah.
it isn't that like I don't listen to myself. It's like when you're dehydrated and you're like, just drink water. No. Like, dude, you have headaches and like your piss is like orange. Like, just drink some water and you're gonna feel great. No, I like just drinking Mountain Dew. You know, like it's just like we don't, and I don't want to hear. Start it up, Luke. Come on, start it up. Listen here.
Thank you for listening to another Shane's Rant of the Week.
Thank you so much. Listen, all right. Stop playing shit you don't want to fucking play anymore, all right? I'm tired of it. I just want to play games I enjoy. And I think there's just like this fucking aura around like content creators, which I think is kind of where it's stemming from. Because anybody that just has spare time should be just playing games that they like. I'm so fucking sick of Warzone and Call of Duty. I just want to play games that I like. I just want people to enjoy the games that I like. And that's all I want to do. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of feeling like, you know, fuck. Not much of a rant, but a self-discovery. All I'm saying is just go play whatever the fuck you want.
Thank you for listening to another Shane's Rant of the Week.
Oh, that was worth it. That was
I
so
appreciate
worth
you,
it.
Luke.
That's good.
Moving on. Now that okay. I guess so good. I can't now I'm looking forward to each week. Find something. We have to get that chemistry though. When you see it's like this.
I was waiting for you to be
Sweating.
done because
Yeah.
it's like it's thanking you for thanking our listeners for dealing with it.
I love it.
I might work on it. I might change it up. We might have to mix it up.
It's good. I thought you were gonna do the Mario, like the fucking
Oh, the
what the fuck? Add
Oh,
that
yeah.
into the Shane's Rant of the Week because I think that's more like
so
getting
the
ramped up.
wrap it up. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fucking.
They gotta play that for like Oscar speeches, you know,
Yeah.
instead of the band, you know,
Yeah.
like
playing them out. It's just
Yeah.
the Mario like
Hurry up.
fast speed at the
Oh,
end.
what would be good for the rant? I think like the star, getting the star, like the and like it starts speeding up.
Oh, the invincibility star.
Yeah, like play that before I start.
I
blowing up.
got this one.
That's just cute.
I think I got
adorable.
That's too cute.
I got the star somewhere. Hold on.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, incorporate that. Like I'm getting. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's all good. Anyways,
We're getting there. We're getting
spent-
there.
Yeah.
10 minutes on how the fuck we should. Here comes another rant. Listen, we don't have time to fucking talk about. Moving on, Halo Forge comes out finds massive success. We don't need to spend too much time on this, but
20,000 is that real? Is that number real?
That should be
20,000
roughly
people?
real. Yeah.
Holy shit.
20,000 people in custom games every day. Roughly.
Halo's back, baby.
No, not at all. Not even fucking close.
Is that partially because Modern Warfare sucks, or
No, I think it's Forge. I think it's people we talked about this last week, is when you, or not last week, the week before, is when you give the community tools and creativity, they show up. People that don't like playing Halo show up. People that want to play Halo show up. You know, it's some of the maps that have been coming out of here from old school, like Blood Gulch, Coagulation. They made Bespin map from Battlefront. If you remember that map, that floating the cities or the whatever the fuck in the clouds.
Bespin like Star Wars?
Yeah, that map from Battlefront where the platforms, I think it's called Bespin platforms.
Oh, that's cool.
They made that, and it's like 1-to-1, and it's fucking gorgeous. And
That's
lighting.
insane.
Yeah,
That's cool as hell.
Take an opportunity after this show and just go scroll through, like, just type in Halo Infinite Forge maps. I'm sure there's an article.
The biggest one, and we've already talked about it, is the Toy Story, Andy's room.
Yeah, and that was like the
which is
beginning
incredible.
of it.
Yeah,
And
that was.
I'm watching people like on Twitter build like original maps that have like lore behind it, like a story, and it's just gorgeous. So, like I said, is Halo back? No, I don't think so. And I don't think this is going to, like, I think I said this last episode, like, I don't think this is going to give it like staying power. I just think it's going to give it a little shot in the arm. And then Halo Infinite developers will take the best stuff and release it. You know what I mean? So we'll see, like, going into 2023, what Halo can do with this Forge stuff, like when someone makes a battle royale map. But they made Final Destination from Smash Brothers, like, and it's fucking wild. And they give you like grappling hook and they give you plasma pistols, and you have knockback and shit. They made Smash Brothers, and it looks great.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah, it's cool. So having 20,000 people in Forge every day making game or maps is great, but that's nobody's spending money. You know what I mean? There's no monetization in that. There's no battle pass. Nobody has to do any of that to have fun. So, like, they're not making money. It's just a spotlight, which is good, but I don't think it's going to change anything. But I will be downloading Halo today. That's probably what I'm going to be looking at tonight, and just look at custom games. But I don't think there's like a browser. I think that's the biggest thing right now. I think it's just kind of like, you have to search for the map, I think, or something like that. But there's no like browser to be like, I want.
You can't just like scroll through kind of thing and filter
or Coagulation and
Gotcha.
see a bunch of.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I'll look it out. Maybe I'll report back next week. But I think everybody called it. Forge is coming. It's going to be great, and it is, and it's kind of exceeding people's expectations.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it's good. Like I said, and
I'll check that out.
there's no other game that does that besides, I mean, Fortnite has
they have the creator
editor.
mode.
Yeah, but I mean, and then that has their own
Overwatch
community.
has like custom games that are kind of fun.
Yeah, and exactly, and then same with I mean, then we're talking, like Minecraft and shit. Like there's a lot of games that have this, but like I don't think anything is big and as important in the history of Halo as Forge is. Some of the greatest SWAT, Griffball, some of the greatest action sack, a bunch of stuff comes. What is it? Paintball comes from Forge. So like I'm hoping that something huge like a battle royale, something like that comes from this Forge, and then they implement it into the game and kind of save it. But I think it's drawing people in. I don't think it's drawing people in the way Halo wants. Like I said, with monetization and money and people playing multiplayer and spending money on battle pass and cosmetics. But it is bringing people into Halo. And what's Halo?
I think they should take what they can get at the moment.
Yeah.
Start building,
Halo...
start getting the player base back, and then, Microsoft isn't hurting for money.
No, not at all.
So it's like, just be happy that people are playing your game at the moment. Lose a little bit of money in the short term, but eventually, like you said, roll out a battle royale.
Yeah.
Monetize it in 6 months from now.
Yeah.
When you have not 20,000, but you have 80,000 people now playing your game.
Yeah.
And then they're like, then everybody's really excited when you unveil it. So,
and I think this is going to be kind of like a honeymoon stage. I think with any game, I feel like MW2 had its honeymoon stage and it's already gone because Warzone 2 is here. You know what I mean? So the only thing that's going to be good for is when they have season updates and they bring weapons in, or maybe new maps, or it's just going to be a leveling up, a gun leveling fucking simulator. And I don't even want to get into a rant, but I think it's Call of Duty. That's fuck Call of Duty over. Fortnite's got its own thing. So I think that Fortnite kind of has like everybody, a ton of people are playing Fortnite constantly, but a lot of people, it's like, all right, hey, here's the new chapter. I'm going back. Oh, hey, there's a Han and Leia skin. I'm going back. Or, you know what I mean? So, and I think that's kind of what we're doing with Halo is Forge is here. A bunch of people are taking time to create beautiful things, and play beautiful things. And I think in 6 months it might die down. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, hey, I made this masterpiece. All right, I'm out. You know, and then they go jump off, do whatever. But hopefully something cool comes from it. Hopefully someone stumbles across, like I said, a battle royale, which is probably going to be one of the biggest things. Battle royale or something that is just a must play and gets implemented into a server list or a playlist, and then they capitalize on it, like you said, and get more people into it come next fall when there's no battle royales out. You know, because it would have been dumb to get ahead of Warzone 2. You know, if they had anything planned, but I think they do. So we'll see. But what else we got? I'll send this over to Luke to finish out. We'll just talk about the Broforce and then we'll probably take off here. Go ahead. What the fuck is Broforce?
Dude, first of all, if you haven't played Broforce, go get it right now. It is $2.99 on the Switch. So if your system, I honestly buy a lot of games like this on my Switch because it's just a fun, enjoyable game. Very Metal Slug-esque. It's a platformer. You're going through, and it's up to, I can't remember. I think it's more than 4 people. It might be just 4 people, but it is a co-op game. You're battling. You have different bros as your characters. But you're going through these levels, and just the level of insanity just is Metal Slug on steroids, in my opinion. Okay. But it is like very, you know, old-timey. I shouldn't say old-timey, but like very pixelated graphics. You're not playing for the look of the game. You're playing because it's just chaotic. Yeah. And I think there is some kind of general story that you're like Americans saving the world or something. I don't know. As it should be. But it is a very silly, ridiculous game. It's also available on Steam right now. The Steam sale has it for 80% off as well. So it normally is $15. You can get it for $3 right now on both Switch or
Is there crossplay or?
I do not know if there's crossplay. I'm going to be picking it up on the Switch.
All right,
I had it on.
It up right now, so
yeah, I had it on PS4. It was, I believe, a free game on PS4 when it first came out. Just an indie platformer game, and I played it once by myself. I lived in a house with 3 other dudes, and we were like, we're all playing this. Everybody downloaded. It's free. We're playing it, and we played that like most people and the boys play Call of Duty for months. That was the game. It was so much fun. The big news here is that they're coming out with a new update in early 2023. It's going to basically kind of reinvent the game a little bit. They're just adding a bunch of new stuff. So the plot of the game, I guess, when evil threatens the world calls on Broforce, an underfunded, overpowered paramilitary organization dealing exclusively in excessive force. Brace your loins with up to 4 players to run and gun as dozens of different bros and eliminate the opposing terrorist forces that threaten our way of life. Unleash scores of unique weapons and set off incredible chain reactions of fire, napalm, and limbs in the name of freedom. So,
I'm in.
It is a very ridiculous game. I highly recommend playing it. Like I said, it's called Broforce Forever. It's going to be coming in early 2023. They do have a trailer out for it.
Yeah, I watched the
basically
trailer.
just adding even more insanity to an already fucking insane game.
So this is not a sequel. This is just going to be an add-on.
It's just an additional update, I believe.
Okay.
They've been updating it for a while. I think when I looked on Steam, I saw that they might have had one over 4th of July, but that could have been a while ago. I don't know. It's hard to tell when they actually release trailers sometimes. But I highly recommend picking it up while it's $3. Like it's just, if you want an alternative co-op game that you can play with the boys or you can play with your group of friends in general, highly recommend picking up Broforce.
Yeah,
It is
Broforce.
insanely fun.
Girls can be bros too.
Yeah.
Just let you know. So if you want to bro out with your girls, bro,
Yeah.
Broforce. Peter, are you playing it right now?
I'm getting it right now.
Okay.
I'm in the store.
It's
Yeah,
in the
three-
store.
yeah, I think for, now if it was full price, I would say, you can probably pass on it. I probably would not pay $15 for this game.
Yeah.
And I mean, no offense. I love supporting indie developers.
You
and
just
stuff
praised
like
the
that.
game that you spent
Yeah.
countless hours on.
For
But you
free.
won't-
For
but you
free.
won't spend
I got it
that
for
worth.
free.
15.
But
I love-
15, it's
That's
just,
who we are as gamers nowadays. It's fine.
Three
No, it's fine.
$3
Yeah.
free. $3.
Yeah.
Honestly,
15. Fuck you.
15 is for what the game is. It's kind of
Yeah.
pushing it.
And we all
You
just
know.
talked about like our game of the year where we all paid like $70 for a game, $60 for a game, and you're like, did you finish it? No. Is it great? I don't know. Then we're swearing up and down about this game and how much like, it meant to you, and you're like $15. Fuck off. I do. It's me too. It's everybody. If it's not on Game Pass, if it's not Epic Steam sale, that's kind of what we've been catered, or like what we've been.
I mean,
taught, dude.
let me ask you something. Would you pay $60 for No Man's Sky right now?
Yeah, I think no. If I didn't know its history, you know what I mean. Like if I didn't have opportunities already, sure.
I just think $60 for that game
I
at this
think-
point is a lot of money.
I think
to
it-
pay.
I
I
don't
don't
think it-
maybe, but
maybe
I mean,
it's
it's got a lot of content. It's
what do
really
you think?
fun.
What do you
Well,
think
it's
if it
$30 on
launched-
Steam right now.
If
I
it
would
launched-
absolutely
Yeah,
pay
If
$30.
it launched this
Yeah.
year or last with none of the history, none of the problems, it just launched as is that worth 60? You know,
I paid $60 when the game came out.
yeah. So it's
I
like,
was
it's
I was
such a-
disappointed.
there's a
I
lot
was
of
very
variables,
disappointed.
You know? It's
So
you get it, like it's, oh, I paid this before, or, hey, it's coming to Game Pass, or like, hey, I think in my mind, like doesn't like we still have to think about like what's in the game or what it took to make the game, or like what's going on, like what's the future. Do I think Overwatch 1 was worth $40? 100%. There was nothing to that game besides 5 or 6v6. There was no ranked, there was no arcade, there was no custom games. It was just 6v6 for $40. But the hours spent is worth the $40, so in your defense and also against you, like I think $15 is great for Broforce if you fucking love it. Pay those guys.
yeah, I suppose you're
Small
not
developer.
wrong. You're
Small
definitely
developer.
not wrong. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if you could get it for $15 and you knew it was never going on sale, absolutely go and pick it up.
Yeah.
When you are given an opportunity to pick up a game for $2.99,
Yeah.
80% off,
Yeah. No, 100%.
go and pick it up. Go and pick it up right
Absolutely.
now. You will not regret that $2.99 purchase. $15, I'm not saying that you're going to regret a $15 purchase, but like there's probably a bigger chance of like, oh, I could have used that towards the $70 game.
Yeah. Towards another battle pass
Exactly.
for fucking Warzone. Right?
And
so I
that's
get
how they
that
get
cool
you.
skin. Yeah. that's just where we're at.
8.8 out of 10 IGN, 9 out of 10 The Escapist, 83 score on Metacritic. I mean, this game is overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. 40,435 reviews.
But $15, you can shove that up your ass.
Yeah, absolutely not for $15.
Fuck you. No, I'm gonna pick it up. $3 on Switch. Yeah, done.
$3 on Switch, $3 on Steam, whatever platform you want.
Whatever, wherever you at.
I just think it's great.
we'll come back next week with some Broforce first looks.
God, I love Broforce.
Broforce.
It is a lot of fun. It's just
Well,
mindless fun.
I'm downloading
It
it right
is.
now, so
There we go.
if you ever want to play.
Okay, I will.
We all know
I
where
have
it's
work
at, man.
later this afternoon, but I would
Yeah.
love to play some Broforce.
I will get it done, and I'll see if I have time. You guys ain't worth the time. Okay, just say it's not worth $15. It's not worth the time.
It's not even worth the $2.99.
You'll catch if you guys want to play some Warzone. We'll play some Warzone. Oh God, no! I'm gonna go download right now. I have to run right now to go. Drop
Yeah,
my wife
let's
to work.
let's.
It
we
is
can
her
wrap it
birthday
up.
tomorrow, so happy birthday, Olivia! I'm buying Broforce for $3.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Tyler.
Yeah, happy birthday,
Happy
Tyler.
birthday,
yeah.
Tyler! Happy birthday to all of our friends and family.
Oh, a lot of
here at the
birthdays
Game
going
Pack
on.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Also, happy Thanksgiving from the Game Pack
Yeah.
Podcast. If you celebrate that, if you don't,
That's
Happy
totally
Thursday.
understandable too.
I guess. So with this extended holiday break, I expect all of you guys to be playing some video games, and I want to hear about them next week.
You're about to say Warzone, weren't you?
I'm not. I'm gonna try really hard not to play Warzone during this break.
Yeah.
I'm playing. I'm gonna try and get some more God of War Ragnarok in. I'm gonna try this Broforce out. We didn't give a chance to talk about Pokemon. We'll talk about that next week.
I'd
tried
love
to
to get a
order
little bit
Pokemon.
more time in, but I'm loving Pokemon. So
yeah, let's we'll set that up for next
I
week.
figured we would save that for next week. Yeah.
Get
I've
you
I
a
think that's
couple
going to be longer than the
I've been
allotted
really
time.
enjoying-
Yeah, for sure.
Really enjoying Pokemon. That's
Good.
my sneak preview. I'm not one of the haters.
No, fuck the haters, man.
Is
I'll
it
absolutely
worth,
love
Is this game worth $60?
It's
Yes.
worth, I bought both versions. It's worth 120 to me. So
I love it. I love it. All right, that's going to do it for us. We apologize for the short episode, and we apologize for not being here last week, but get over it. And that's just how we're going to be. Fuck you. Fuck you. All right? Fuck Elden Ring. Fuck you. Fuck God of War. Fuck Pokemon. I'm out. Fuck video
All
games,
right.
dude. I'm over it. We're gonna
Neon White Game of the Year.
Yeah. We'll see you next week,
Yeah,
guys.
there we go. Yeah.
We will
All right, we'll
see you next
week.
week. Goodbye.
GBA Game of the Year. Yeah. Bye. Boom.
Oh, that was great.
That was good.
Oh, we're still live, aren't we?
Still live.